I'm here with General Mojo's Key Project, whom you saw play earlier in the show. Thank you for coming, guys.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
And could you please name yourselves with new names and your old names?
My new name is Sam Veach. It's the same as my old name. I'm the drummer.
Very creative.
My new name is a symbol, so I can't really say it, but it's a Sabian. My old one, though, is David Solomon.
My old name is Eric Vanderbilt Matthews, and last time we did an interview, someone called in as Juicy Schmauser, so I guess that is my new name.
Oh, I love it. And your porn name, if you want.
Juicy Schmauser.
No, you have a different one.
My porn name or porn
Your
name?
porn name.
Your porn name was Sparkles.
Yeah, Sparkles. You can make of that what you want.
Thought out, I guess.
I guess.
My poor name is
Good.
awfully sunny, so who knows?
Ooh, nice.
Has many implications.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, and then I'm Dune Butler. That's my old name. My new name, I was gonna go for something more like Josh Butler, just because a lot of issues.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Everybody thinks you changed your name to be cool.
Probably some more records.
Something more palatable.
Yeah, you're like,
It's your
oh,
stage name.
I wouldn't have changed my name to Dune. Not that movie.
Right.
My name would have been Thunderdome Butler. Come on.
Thunderdome!
There you go. Yeah.
Thunderdome!
There he is! Okay, so let's see, guys. Self-titled debut album that came out in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for sale on the website.
Find it at Bandcamp, or we have a website now.
It's on there.
It's on there.
Yeah, it is.
GeneralMojos.com. We'll send you a copy. We'll even send a little note if you request it.
Hand delivered within reason on bicycle.
Wow, so Seattle.
I know, right?
So Seattle.
We won't bring you any weed, but we'll do the album door to door thing.
Says you. You want to think about those selling points. Let's see.
Get a free
So
dance.
what do we? So the album. First of all, I want to know the name of the band, where that came from, and then I want to know what your ambitions with this album are, since it's your first album.
That's a good question on all fronts. A lot of people ask us about the name of the band, and it's kind of a mouthful, so a lot of times we're either just General Mojos. A lot of our titles are, our websites and stuff like that are General Mojos Music and stuff. Originally, when we came up with the title, we all sat down and we kind of figured out what our sound was looking like, and a lot of that was keyboard heavy. And so General Mojo's Well Laid Plan was a Gary Burton tune, who was a vibe player.
Written by Steve Swallow, his bass player.
That's right. Sorry, yeah. But Gary Burton was was it a quintet when he was doing it?
Yeah, Gary Burton.
Gary Burton Quintet was who the tune was performed by, and he was a kind of an influence of ours, I guess, and had a lot of tunes that we really respect. So we liked the name of that, and then the Key Project part came from the fact that we were really involving a lot of synthesizers and Wurlitzer and organ sounds into our music, and Eric being someone that kind of got involved with our lives recently at that point was a big influence, enough to kind of sway how we wanted to frame our band's name, I guess. And now we have a third keyboard in our band. There's Kate. Eric plays two, if that makes sense. But yeah, we've got a lot of keyboards in our band, so that's kind of what the
Dude
name
plays one
means.
too sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes I play
Usually at
Mo.
four.
That's right. Yeah, we've got
Keyboards.
four. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting here talking the bad things, and then we were listening, and I was like, how are they doing this? And then I got up and looked, and I was like, that's how they're doing this. Keyboard Central down there.
Space Station keyboard.
Space Station keyboard.
This is-
Yeah.
You should get the bass pedals too.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Just so you can play bass too.
But I think our ambitions with this record, and with more records to come, 3 of the songs we played tonight were actually new songs that aren't even on the record. So we're still honing in our sound, still moving forward, always moving forward. And we have a lot of ambitions to hit the road this summer and kind of just go for it. It's music we all really like to play. I think all of us can agree that this is one of the most cohesive groups that we've all been a part of. And we all really enjoy being a part of it, and kind of having that creative energy, and kind of not limit ourselves to what our roles are supposed to be or what our music is supposed to sound like. And this is one of the only places we get to do that as musicians. And so we're just gonna see where it takes us. We'd love to do anything we can with it.
If you could do any tour, what tour would you do?
Probably.
Disagree, agree, fight.
All of it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Norway.
Norway would be fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Just Norway.
I think Europe would be great.
Europe would be
Norway for a month.
I think
Audiences over there are really incredible, I would say.
I think that's part of the hard part about the kind of music that we're playing right now. And we've got a lot of friends who we really respect who are doing similar music, at least similar mindsets about their music, and trying to find the right audience and the right way to get people who understand what's going on. And it's not that it's super heady or anything like that. It's just that unfortunately there seems to be a disconnect about some of the ideas presented and how groove oriented and danceable and anything else, just kind of generally likable the music can be. It's not always easy to palate, I guess. There's a lot going on in it.
Oh no.
Well, but not just us,
just
not just our band.
label.
The music as a genre. You look at prog rock, and it's kind of a polarizing genre. We're not prog rock. I know, and psychedelic rock too. I mean, it had its heyday, but it's it's a polarizing thing,
We're a
and
polarizing band.
we are a polarizing
We're a polarizing band.
But finding those people who are finding different ways to open doors to get people to understand what we're trying to transmit with the music is what we're looking to do on any tour. And Europe might be a good place to start with that.
I don't know if we can start there though. That's ambitious. But I think that would be phenomenal if we ever did that
But
one,
wealthy Seattle millionaires looking to back a band, they're wanting to start in Europe.
Big Steve Ballmer.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Where do we want to go from here? You have. Well, then see that's interesting. That's another thing that we were talking about before, but it's like, what I wanted a little bit of more of your influences, because I read a bunch of stuff online, but I'd rather hear it from you guys as far as. I've got prog rock, whispering, psychedelic rock over here. I feel like if I was at a band practice, it's a fly on the wall. That's just happening all night.
Whispering psychedelic rock. That's a new
So,
genre.
specific artists and bands.
I'll start with my influences for this band. I think, in general, the Beatles, just because they've covered so many genres, and I mean they started out really paying their dues, but then they branched out and they did a psychedelic thing,
Never heard of them, but it sounds really good.
Yeah, well, it's they're alright.
I didn't like it very much.
I think the
I do
Beatles.
not want to hold your hand, mister.
Oh, nice.
Can I just talk?
I told you I would do this!
So the Beatles, and I would say for my keyboard playing, I hadn't ever really done anything like this before. I joined the band a year and a half ago, roughly, and it's been just a constant. Well, sometimes it's a struggle. Today there was a little bit of a struggle with my
struggle.
It's not a struggle, but it's been a constant
Sorry, millionaire that I was talking
keeping
to.
Learning
in check,
experience.
just what my role is, and I think that's dynamic, and sometimes I'm doing one thing, but Herbie Hancock is what I was going to say. Is Herbie Hancock and Headhunters, and what he was doing, with synthesizers and how to fit that in into the larger, grander scope of the band. Those are probably my two big influence that come out. I'm a jazz musician. Dune and I are both jazz students at the University of Washington, but I don't think this is a jazz band per se. But I think that influence does come out as well.
Oh, absolutely. I hear jazz elements in it immediately, but not everywhere.
Right.
Not consistently, but certainly there.
The willingness to explore, different territories and then come back and rein it in, and I think that comes from a jazz background.
Tell them about your influence, Sam, because I think that's a big part of the soundscape being the percussion.
Yeah, I was raised in a whole bunch of prog. A lot of Yes. I probably saw Yes 10 times before I was 14 years old. In a really like a music-loving family. But a lot of that, a lot of Yes, a lot of Genesis, a lot of Gentle Giant, and Allman Brothers. If we can reach that far. But a lot of the stuff that I listened to, because my dad was a drummer, it was super groove heavy. Like really, it was danceable. We listened to a lot of Elton John. Everything that we listened to was very groove heavy. Even if it's weird prog stuff, all of that stuff has an underlying groove. It's not wispy, and it isn't wishy-washy about where the groove is.
Whispery.
Whispery. It wasn't whispery. It wasn't whispery. Psychedelic.